So I think for PowerPoint, if you want somebody to impute PowerPoint, I think let's do this. I want to try this. Let me just put .pptx. I'm coming. Let me just try it out. Wish me well. Oh my God. Yeah, I got it. I got it. See? PowerPoint presentation. I knew it. Come on. I should get it. So Microsoft PowerPoint presentation is looking for Microsoft PowerPoint presentation only. If it doesn't find it, it will not go anywhere else. Okay, so that's why you need to understand out even this one right now. Instead of you putting application / PDF, you can just use .pdf. As long as you know the name, the file extension of the file, .pdf. If I save it right now, go right here and then click on it. See, PDF file. It's looking for a PDF file. Good. If I change this to docx, that's documents, that's Microsoft Word. See, Word document. So you just have to learn, if you know the file extension of what you are limiting them for. If I put it like this now, .mp4, that's for what? That's for videos. Now let's go, click. See, mp4 video files. So now if I click here, the videos are going to appear. Now I can choose and I can click and then it opens. So I've chosen win.mp4. Now, if it's audio, what do I do? .mp3. If anything you know, if an image .gif. So let's try .gif again. .gif. As long as you know the file extension, you're okay. You're fine. .gif. See, GIF image. GIF image is not here. Is inside the C GIF image. So if I open this grid, it's not there. It's inside the. This is it. .png, .mp3. As long as you know, even if it's Excel. How do you think you're going to put Excel? Excel is going to be .xlsx. xlsx. So now let's go to a browser. See, Microsoft Excel worksheets. As long as you know the file extension, you're going to just, so if you want to limit them, you can just limit it. And there's another thing you can put here for the file extension right now. You can actually say multiple. Another thing here, multiple. Look at it, multiple. Save it. Meaning that they can put in a multiple of it. So now let me put this as .mp4. .mp4, let's save it. Multiple attribute is a Boolean attribute. So look at it now. If I go right here and I click here, so I can click 1, click 2, see, I've clicked on Win, I've clicked on Steve, I've clicked on Zootopia 3, 4, and then click on Open. See, 4 files. 4 files. Why did it work now? Because I have put an attribute, a Boolean attribute called multiple. But if I remove multiple, save it, and I come here, if I click here, if I click one and I hold down my control key and I click the second one, no way, it's not going to work. If I hold down my control key, the way I did the first one was that I click on one, then I go to the second one, I click on another one. See, it's not going to work. It's one at a time. So multiple attribute allows you to pick more than one at a time. Now let's quickly go to the last one. Let me quickly, that one is called password. Impute tab. Let me just do a line break for this. Let me call this one, since it's password, we're going to, what's the type? The type is going to be exactly it, password. Okay. I don't want to do any of those name, whatever, because of time. So now password, let me save it. See it right now, password. If I type something now, because the type is password. Okay. Now for password, I can have an attribute that will limit the amount of the person's password. So let me say maximum, max, let me type it as max length. Max length means that I don't want the person to type more than 10 values inside. So maximum is 10, right? Okay, now let's do it. Count with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, nothing is coming again. 15. I'm pressing my keyboard right now, but nothing is coming because I've made it 10. Maximum length is 10. You can also change this to minimum, I think. Is there minimum length? Okay, let's say minimum length is, let me say the minimum length is 3. Save it. Minimum is the least. So if I put it as 1, if I click on submit, okay, you can try this out though. Okay, let me say, because the minimum is not really effective. I think it's the max, because max is like you don't want the person to exceed something like that. I think it's better we should leave it at max. Max, we don't want the person to exceed that particular value or that particular length. Okay, now I'm sure you've understood how this works very well now, the input values, how it works. This same way also you can use for text, you can use that same maximum. For text, for instance, this name, this typing, name required, right? You can come here after this place right now, you can just make it also max length. Max length also, you don't want the person's name to be more than 7 letters. If you save it now, look, let's go here. Let's type 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm pressing on my keyboard. It's not working. So whenever somebody's typing something, name, you can use it for name, you can use it for type text, you can use it for type password. Okay? That's how they all do. You can use max length for them. All right. I'm sure now you've now understood how this completely works. You can even use it with telephone. Oh, sorry, another one, telephone. I just want to exhaust it. Input. I'm not going to put labels anymore. So I'm going to just, for telephone, the type is tel. The type is just tel. So now let's save it. Let's go there. See, okay. Let me quickly put a label there so you can see it. Let me put a label for telephone so that you can see the difference. Let me put a line break here. And then a label for telephone, because telephone will need a label. There's not put a value here. Let's just call it telephone. Telephone. Let's save it. Let's put a line break here also. Tab. Save it. Now let's go to a browser. So telephone right here. If I click here, now 7, 8, blah 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 9, 9, 9. But if I choose an alphabet F, it's still working. So you can actually use, for telephone, you can use text for telephone. Then you can use text for telephone. You don't have to use tel. You don't have to use tel, but it's important you know it, the types.